Tom, we're in your amazing garage here. Can we have a little tour?
Yeah, anytime.
Should we start at this kind of Christmas tree looking trophy wall you've got here?
You stole the line there, yeah. A friend of mine helped me to say, what do you do with all these trophies? We just put them in card boxes, or will we put them on the wall? And he came up and gave me the great idea of maybe making something. And now I take the kids here for Christmas and we walk around it. No, we don't, but we could have done.
And do these trophies go back to, I mean, how early are we talking here?
They will be back in the 80s when I did karting. They are also part of it.
Is there kind of a one trophy out of these lots that kind of stands out above the rest? One that maybe you kind of really remember in your life?
No, but you know, when you get old enough and you kind of reflect on your career, then now they're put into one, and I see it as one now. Yeah. Actually, I don't. You made me look at one, but it's one which got me inspired. The second in the world in karting, and that's from Lido di Jesolo in Italy. So of course, what happens early on of success is certainly helping you build your career. But now I see it as a whole. The career reflecting, boom, it's just like one trophy, and it's not in the way, and they're not in the way. So that's a good thing about the tree. Here I just installed the helmets I have been using through my career. Just my dad has his helmet here, but the rest is reflecting on all the times I've had in racing, and I think 95% are the actual helmets. I can see there's a Griffin there, one of the probably the most distinct helmet. It's one I got back later, and it will be decorated. But the rest are actually the helmet I have sweat. I've had both anger and
gone to battle in.
Yeah, gone to battle and. Few old boots, some of my ovals, some caps. Obviously all the things you see on a racing track, and it has been stored in cardboard boxes until I retired. And then we sort of opened it and everything kind of fell back in the right place.
Well, one thing I think is really interesting about kind of motor racing is the helmet. That's the one thing that you get to personalize to yourself, right? With obviously bar kind of all the sponsors you have on it. Tell me a little bit about why you chose the helmet design that you did.
I love the older helmets. I love especially the helmets from the 70s, 80s, probably beginning 90s. And obviously that's also where I got inspired and where I started racing myself. I mean, I love your granddad's design of very distinct, proud Scotsman, and he sticked with his tartan. I have been a little bit, I mean, obviously through, as you can talk about positives and lows, highs and lows in life, but something like that. That's one of my first designs. Was I had this side of the helmet, and then I had this on the other side, and then, as you see, I evolved and I decided to stick with this one, even though I was doing karts with this one here. I like the red. Red is from Denmark, and it's what the mailboxes red, kind of, so the proper red from Denmark. I have tried to make all the helmets around that, and then eventually these feathers became my kids. So I have named them now Carla, Oliver, and Oswald. I think maybe that's here. This is from the 2013, where I just made them balls, unique balls in that sense. You can circles, but then again, I have gone back to the feathers. Maybe you can see it on the one up there. So that reflects on my children. I think the backside is a little bit more about. It's always a little bit more of born on a gas station. My dad, Carl Erik, Kirsten, my mom, Hannah, my wife, some 7, being born 7/7/67, and then the 8 Le Mans wins at the time here. And I mean, that means onwards. That's just what my dad said And we couldn't find other words and onwards.
The 2013 Le Mans was quite an emotional win for you, since your father passed away a few months prior.
Yeah, it was a devastating Le Mans. We lost Allan Simonsen, a great young and aspiring Dane at that time, with the Aston Martin team. So yeah, it's a bit of everything. Good old dad.
Yeah, your dad was a very good driver as well, right? He obviously got you into racing, but I think I heard you talk about he never quite had the kind of the break that you got.
No, not at all. I mean, a humble background. He ran a gas station. One of his dreams was to do Paris-Dakar. He did that a few times. He went as a Viking to the UK, to England, to do hot rods back in the time, and was very respected there. I think he was certainly a public a favorite when he went there. He did rallycross and he did some circuit racing, but he never had the perfect material. I went on, and I was, of course, inspired a lot about his passion for motorsport.
I think I heard you talk about once in an interview saying that when you got into the Motorsport Hall of Fame, that's when he kind of said, well done. And when you saying, when he says something like, well done to you, you kind of go, okay, that's a proper compliment.
Yeah, that was more or less just shortly before he actually passed away. That was during that winter, yeah.
Tom, what is this?
This is the Audi R18 e-tron, the Quattro. It's the one we won the World Endurance Championship in 2013. Loic Duval, Alan McNish, and myself. And it's not the winning car at Le Mans. Okay. That's behind you, where you see with all the battle scars after competing at the 24 hours, and there with my teammates. Yeah, it was a very good year. In many ways, the most successful year I had in the terms of sports car racing, winning Le Mans and winning the championship with this one. As you know, when a winning car crosses the finish line, many times the manufacturers likes to keep that at their museum, and that was the same with us. So we had to continue the championship with this beauty here, and also in memory, personally and team-wise, we put the Simonsen, Allan Simonsen on the car.